foundation. They are just in there for the flow. So we have the early stage people and then the late stage people. I don't think it's because they actually position themselves that way. It's just that when in 2021, for example, post-COVID, there was like a huge surge in funding. People were actually funding pretty much everything, and then there was a funding winter. So the funding climate changed, and all of a sudden, finding that there's a gap in funding between the early stage and late stage. I think that's the problem that we have to live with and figure out what to do. And I think our guys, our panelists, have did a great job explaining how they're tackling that. The second point is what I think Venkat said, and I would say it in a different way. I think it's one thing to actually talk about sustainability and all those things, but in the Indian market, we need to actually look at what's not only good for the planet but also good for the market. So if you are able to come up with something that is actually technologically superior but at a lower cost, right? That's when innovation comes in the picture, or at a very, very affordable cost. That's what people will appreciate. Nobody's actually going to pay more for a electric, or nobody really cares about the environment as much, right? So innovation has to be to disrupt the cost structures while you're actually bringing something new to the table. You can't do something just for the sake of doing something new. You have to be able to make it affordable to people. And that is where one thing that I've actually always never found in EV is they always think about only the battery, right? And this is something that I can actually bring to the table as an aerospace engineer. You ask the question, do you have any new design philosophies, and you stop it with them. You look at planes, they will always look the same. You'll never actually have like some styling and all those things. That's because we actually do science, right? Who is actually doing science to find the ultimate motorbike that will actually have the least drag? So that nobody else can actually make any better motorbikes and everybody else makes only that kind of it. Right? I think the automobile people should actually move away from batteries and then say, can I actually lightweight structures? Can I improve the aerodynamics? There are lots of other things that we can do that will actually increase your range and get you better things. We're not doing enough science at all. That's actually the biggest problem, right? So that's a lecture that I can give as a professor. The last part is actually about new batteries. And we need to actually move away from lithium. And the problem essentially is that investment has got locked into lithium, and we need to see when that investment actually gets freed up. I think a couple of panels back there was a huge thing about recycling. So these things will actually begin to get the face, and investors will start thinking about what next after lithium. That's when we will see some disruption in my view. Thank you.